The Voice Season 28 Episode 2, Blind Auditions Recap and Who Chose Which Team. Season 28's Blind Auditions on The Voice continued on September 23, 2025, as coaches Reba McEntire, Niall Horan, Snoop Dogg, and Michael Bublé compete for artists they want on their teams. One night after 9 talented singers made it through the season premiere, the coaches heard a new batch of gifted singers, plus one they'd heard before. Here's who got through. The Voice Blind Auditions, Yahana chases a dream. 36-year-old Yahana, a single mom to Aiden and Aubrey, told producers that her priority had always been working to make sure her kids had what they needed. To make it on The Voice, she said, was a potentially life-changing opportunity for all of us. I want this moment to show my kids that it's okay to always chase your dream, Yahana said before stepping out on the stage to belt out Deborah Cox's Nobody's Supposed to Be Here. Everyone but Bublé turned their chairs, and as soon as the song ended, he joked, "I'd like to change my vote, please." He then explained that watching Snoop bliss out while listening to her delivery was something he didn't want to mess with. He definitely felt the vibe, as she did choose Snoop. Yahana is on Team Snoop. The Voice Blind Auditions. Lucas Beltran stuns coaches. Philadelphia crooner Lucas Beltran stunned the coaches after his performance of You'll Never Find Another Love Like Mine, made famous by Lou Rawls. McEntire and Bublé turned for Beltran, but none of the coaches could believe it when the Peru native revealed he was just 19. According to Beltran's Instagram account, he has turned 20 since his blind audition. The Voice followed Beltran to Philly, where he shared how much he loves fixing up classic cars, almost as much as he loves singing the classics. Beltran told producers that his family moved to the US when he was 8 and that his mom, Nonoy, sacrificed a job she loved as a producer in Lima to give her kids greater opportunities in America. Back at the Voice soundstage, Nono confirmed that her son is so mature for his age and his dad, Christian, said it's as if he were born in a different era. In no surprise to anyone, Beltran chose one of his role models, Bublé, to be his coach. The Voice Blind Auditions, Ryan Mitchell gets a second chance. In a thrilling moment of redemption, Ryan Mitchell got to return 24 hours after auditioning on the premiere without eliciting a single chair turn. The alt-rock singer was told by all of the coaches after his premiere performance that they weren't quite sure why they didn't turn for him, other than wondering whether he was capable of genres beyond rock. That's when host Carson Daly stepped in to save the day. Unbeknownst to the coaches, Daly gave Mitchell his one-time Carson callback card, a new twist that allows Daly to save one artist who didn't get a chair turn. Mitchell got to come back 24 hours later with a different song, and he chose a rocking version of Britney Spears' Hit Me Baby One More Time. The coaches all bopped and sang along, and McEntire turned for Mitchell, which was all he needed to make it through. She was shocked when she turned around and saw him, and later said she thought she was losing her mind because he looked so familiar. Daly explained the situation, and McEntire said she was even more thrilled knowing Mitchell was getting a second chance on The Voice. "Carson, I am not gonna let you down," Mitchell said afterward. "And Reba, thank you. Team Reba, all the freaking way." The Voice Blind Auditions. Carolina Rodriguez fangirls over Niall Horan. 19-year-old Carolina Rodriguez from Miami came to her blind audition prepared, with a poster of Horan that's been hanging by her bed for the last decade. Declaring that she is Niall's biggest fan, she is also serious about singing, attending college to study music, she said. Rodriguez sang Taylor Swift's Cardigan and Horan knew every word, closing his eyes to delight in her delivery after turning his chair. Snoop also turned his chair at the last second, but bowed out once he realized what a huge fan Rodriguez was of Horan, even bringing her poster out for the former One Direction member to sign. Unsurprisingly, Rodriguez chose to be on Team Niall, and he was happy to have her, telling producers she has a great pop voice. The Voice Blind Auditions, Max Cooper 3. In the last audition of the evening, 23-year-old Max Cooper 3 took his seat at a keyboard set up at center stage to deliver a jazzy version of Mike Posner's Cooler Than Me. Snoop turned his chair almost immediately. McEntire followed soon after, and then Horan and Bublé. After the 4-chair turn, The Kansas City native told the coaches he'd been playing piano since he was just 3, and his parents confirmed that he started playing by ear at an early age, a gift they knew was very special. When Bublé asked Cooper, "What is it that moves you?" the young singer said he loves giving pop songs a jazz vibe, and then revealed that the first song he ever performed was Just Haven't Met You Yet. Bublé exclaimed, "I wrote that song," and ran up on stage to sing it with Cooper. As the music began, Daly smirked. The other coaches are bummed, since they all knew that moment meant Cooper would likely want Bublé as his coach. They were right. Several days before Cooper's audition aired, he released the single Green Light. The Voice Blind Auditions will continue with new episodes on September the 29th and 30th.